Welcome to Megaton. Please stand clear of the gate.
I don't know what that guy's problem
Welcome to Megaton. Friendliest town around. Have yourself a nice visit, partner.
Thank you, Deputy Will.
Good to see you.
Nice haircut.
Hey there.
Hey.
Yeah?
Gotta be going.
Don't fool around with that bomb unless you know what you're doing. You looking for the mayor or the sheriff?
You sick? For Christ's sake, you don't look...
Do you know anything about some android who needs a surgeon?
Some VIP from up north looking for surgery and computer expertise. I don't pay attention to that crap, and neither should you.
Can you heal my radiation?
Sure can. Quick. If...
Okay, 100 caps.
And a quick shot. All done. Yeah. You done? Good.
I'm done.
Yeah, bye.
Were you just kidding about disarming that thing?
Yeah, you need something?
Well, goddamn. You're new, right? Name's Leo Stahl. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Yeah.
I understand you have quite a chem habit there.
Damn it. Who told you? I mean, I have no idea what you're talking about.
What's it worth to you to keep it out of the public eye?
I can hook you up. A solid chem dealer is hard to find out here in the wastes. Trust me. I know. I can only sell to you when my shift at the Lantern is over. Meet me up at the water treatment plant if you need something.
How's that chem problem treating you?
Look, keep your bullshit judgments to yourself, man. Just don't tell Jenny or Andy and we'll be fine.
Who's in charge around here?
Well, Moriarty thinks he is, but Lucas Sims is the law around here and everyone knows it.
What do you do for fun?
Well, there's this and that. I keep myself busy. But really, that's none of your business, is it?
Tell me about this place.
Yeah, I'm not really interested in chit-chatting with you. Buy something or leave me alone.
What's the word around here?
Hey, I'm not much of a mudslinger. I don't like to spread stuff around, you know what I mean? Everybody has their secrets. Let's keep them that way.
Okay.
No problem, buddy.
I gotta go.
See you soon.
Remember, cash for... Huh? Yeah.
What's the word?
Sure, you got the purifier working right again. But if it runs out of water to pump, then we're still screwed.
All right.
Well, back to work. It's locked for a reason. Don't get any ideas.
So, how's the scabbing been? Got the food medicine from that super duper mart?
I checked out the Super Duper Mart. Nothing's there.
Really? Oh, that's a shame. I guess it was an obvious place for people to get food, so it all got taken long ago, huh? Still, good work checking it out. And have some food, as thanks for the work. It's a shame you didn't find any there.
Well, I'm ready to continue. Research on the first chapter.
I still need to study a living specimen with radiation poisoning. I need someone to research how to travel through a minefield. And that'll cover the first section of the book. Which strikes your fancy?
Let's hear more about landmines.
Landmines are one of the few dangers out there that you can profit from. Disarm one before it blows, and you can sell it for plenty of caps. I've heard stories about a ghost town that's just full of mines. Traders just call the place Minefield. Sounds like the place for some field work. Get in there, get back, and tell me all about it. And could you bring back a mine for my studies?
That seems kind of, risky. What are you going to do to make it worth my while?
What better reward for avoiding explosives than to pay you with explosives? Frag grenades, in this case. I got a pretty good haul of them recently. And if you bring me back something to study, maybe I can make some modifications for you. Nothing like tinkering with a live mine, right?
Well, I guess I'll head into that minefield now.
Oh, don't worry. No one ever goes there because they say it's a ghost town. And since ghosts don't exist, you can just focus on the landmines. I hear there's a playground in the middle of town. Reach that point and come back, and I'm sure you'll have some stories to tell.
What do you know about the android from the Commonwealth?
Have you heard the so-called android recording? It sounds like an ordinary man. Here's a spare copy of that old holotape. It's a hoax for sure.
Tell me more about this holotape and the android.
I guess they sent those tapes to lots of people, especially people like me who are interested in technology. Boy, I wish androids were real, though.
Let me see what you have for sale.
What do you need? Good hunting!
If you're listening to this recording, it is because you're believed to be trustworthy. I hope that is the case because this recording puts us both in danger. I'm escaping from the Commonwealth. I'm an android, a synthetic man, a slave. The men hunting me are ruthless and will stop at nothing to retrieve their property. I need to find a doctor in the wasteland to perform facial reconstruction. I also need someone who knows a great deal about computers. I need to have my memories erased and my face altered to look like someone else.
I got my eye on you. Yes, that's locked. And yes, I can see you eyeing it.
Junk is my business.
The men, women, and children.
It's you. I was hoping that you'd have moved on. What do you want? What did I tell?
Look, I need to balance these books. If you'd like to order some food, please.
Do I look like somebody you want to blow off?
Okay, tough guy. Say what's on your mind.
Where is everything around here?
You know, you're right. I guess I do look like a signpost. Where do you want to go?
Closest clinic.
You'll want to see Doc Church next to the crater. Take your time.
How about a weapons dealer?
Go see Moira at Craterside Supply. She sells some weapons. Makes some, too, from what I hear. Her place is down by the crater.
Is there a bar in town?
Are you joking? Yes, there's a bar. The Brass Lantern. It's easy to find, since you're standing in it.
Let's talk about something else.
Oh, no problem. I'm not busy at all. Yep, plenty of time to talk to strangers.
Know anything about the area outside of Megaton?
Outside of Megaton? Any place other than here sounds like heaven to me. Fuck this place. If it weren't for you wasteland types coming through with your caps, I'd be out of here in a second. Assuming that I could convince Jenny and Leo.
What can you tell me about this place?
It's a hole. A dead end. So why do I stay? Well, it's a hole that makes me money.
What's the word around town?
Moriarty pisses in his still. Crazy bastard thinks it's hilarious. Besides, you'll get your throat cut in that pit. You're much better off here. Hey, maybe I'll put that on the sign out front. The Brass Lantern. Cleaner, safer, and less likely to have piss in the drinks.
Talk to you later, Andy.
Yeah, catch you later.
Look, if you're...
Let those who dwell here in his favored land attend now to the words of the prophet of Adam. Come forth and drink the waters of the glow, for this ancient weapon of...
Need some grub? Try the bracelet.
Welcome, sir or madam, to Crazy Wolfgang's traveling junk store, the depot of detritus, the shop of slop, and the caravan of crap. Now, what odds and ends can I, the craziest of all possible Wolfgangs, offer to you?
Tell me about your trade caravan.
I scour the wasteland for the very best pieces of trash, the height of detritus, and the veritable pick of the litter. It's all valuable to someone. And I always make sure to make my rounds through Canterbury Commons. Their Mayor, Rowe, always has a place for a clever junk man like myself. Nothing but the highest quality leftovers, junk, and crap. See you out on the road, huh?
Intern.
dead! Dead! Fuck! Oh my god, I don't want to die!
Ah! Don't kill me! Time to die! No!
Fucking hide from me? You're dead!
Oh! 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 Ah!
Hey there.
Ah, welcome, weary traveler. You look like a traveler in need of relaxation and the finest of chemical assistance. Well, wander no more, my good friend, for I am Doc Hoff, procurer of the finest of medical goods and chemical assistance. Now, how may I help you?
Tell me a little bit about your caravan.
I provide food, drinks, and discreet chemicals to discerning customers around the wasteland. I help ease the suffering of my fellow man. For a price. I don't have a home office exactly, but I organize much of my trade with Ernest Rowe in Canterbury Commons.
What have you got for sale?
Let's see what the good doctor has in his magic bag, shall we? Give me a shout if you need any. Cheers, pal. Watch yourself out there.
Will do.
Hello.
Oh my! I wasn't expecting any visitors. My. You certainly do look a little bit worn out from your travels. Oh, just look at my terrible manners. I'm Agatha. It's so nice to meet you. Now, what brings you all the way out here?
That's funny. I was about to ask you the same question.
Oh, don't worry about me. I'm just fine out here. My husband, rest his poor soul, saw to it that our house was well protected from the elements and the inhabitants of the wastes.
Oh, your husband's dead. My condolences.
Well, that's kind of you to say. Yes, he's gone. After he built this place, we spent many happy years together. We decided to cut off contact with the outside world and just depend on each other for comfort and company.
You haven't severed all your contacts, have you?
Oh, goodness, no. I have a supply caravan that passes here maybe once a week. I trade with them for whatever I need, and I stock up enough till they return.
What could you possibly have to trade?
Besides shelter? Well, I offer something in the way of entertainment. I play songs on my homemade violin, and people trade me goods. If not in person, I use my husband's old radio set. The men in the caravan say it keeps their morale up on lonely nights in the wasteland.
Your husband's radio can broadcast across the entire capital wasteland?
Yes, my husband was very proud of the setup. He tinkered with that thing for years to get it working. I've tried to use it to get whatever I need, but I've never gotten a reply.
You built a homemade violin, huh? It's impressive.
Thank you. Well, my husband had his hobbies. I'm afraid mine was making that sorry instrument. I only wish I could replace it with something better.
So is there any way I can help?
But now that you mention it, yes, there is. My trading depends on my violin. Without it, I have nothing to play, no way to make music. If you can bring me a violin, a better one, I'd feel much more secure.
I'm interested, but what will you give me in return?
As you may have already guessed, I really have nothing of value. Material value, that is. All I can offer you is the same I offer the caravans that trade with me. The frequency of my radio and the promise of beautiful music.
I want to help you, but that type of search could cost me a lot.
You can't get blood from a stone. I'd love to help you, but first we need to iron out the deal. So, what do you say?
All right. I'll give you my word I'll do my best to recover that violin for you.
Oh, I don't think I've been this happy in years. I have some information that may help you. at least a place to begin. It all starts with my great-great-grandmother back in 2077 before the bombs fell. Of a kind, yes. Hilda sent a good deal of letters to my great-grandmother Mary, who passed them on, and so forth. I suppose the correspondence could be considered a diary of sorts.
2077. I can't even imagine that long ago.
It certainly is a long time. That precious instrument has been through a lot. Anyway, Hilda was quite a special woman, classically trained and exceptionally talented at the violin. Her pride and joy was her Stradivarius violin. I can only imagine how exquisite this instrument must have been. When the war reared its head, she was invited by Vault Tech into Vault 92. They claimed the vault would be dedicated to preserving musical talent.
Musical talent. Why would they care about that?
Vault Tech was always promoting the vaults being used for the preservation of the arts and all that nonsense. Hilda couldn't pass on a chance to meet many of the other musical talents of the world, so she accepted their invitation. Then the bombs fell, the vault was sealed, and my family never heard from her again.
After 200 years, how can you be certain the violin is even in decent shape?
She kept it in a special pressurized case. Inside the case is the perfect temperature and humidity for the instrument. If the case is still functioning, the Stradivarius would be in perfect shape. Hilda's Stradivarius was named the Soir Stradivarius. All of them had names. That's what I want you to get.
You have any idea where Vault 92 is located?
That's the catch. I have no idea where it is. I'd suggest making your way to Vault Tech headquarters in the D.C. ruins. That would be a good place to begin. Good luck!
Tell me a little bit about your great-great-grandmother.
She was quite a special woman. Hilda was her name. Classically trained and exceptionally talented at the violin. Her pride and joy was her Stradivarius violin. I can only imagine how exquisite this instrument must have been. When war reared its head, she was invited by Vault Tech into Vault 92. They claimed the vault would be dedicated to preserving musical talent. Happily, she accepted. After she entered Vault 92, the bombs fell, and the story as I know it ends.
What do you know about the Soil Stradivarius?
Not too much, I'm afraid. It was fabricated way back in 1714 by a famous Italian craftsman named Antonio Stradivari. He had made a bunch of Stradivarius violins, actually, and each one was individually named over time to identify them. They are regarded as the most outstanding instruments ever made, and no two sound alike, they say. Incredible! Since the bombs fell laying waste to most of the world, it may be safe to say that this could be the last surviving violin of its kind.
How will I know the Stradivarius when I see it?
Well, from my great-great-grandmother's diaries, I have deduced that she had a special pressurized case created for it. Hopefully, the Soir Stradivarius was in the case when she... well, you know.
This Stradivarius must be worth a ton of caps.
I hope you're not thinking of doing anything dishonest. You gave me your word. Well, okay.
I need some information on Vault 92 if you have it.
I'm sorry. I wish I did. All I know is that Vault Tech intended it to be a protective environment for the world's musical talent. When the bombs fell, the vault was sealed and the rest is a mystery. Perhaps when you find it, you can find some sort of a record of what occurred inside.
What can you tell me about the Vault-Tec headquarters?
From what I gather, it's located in the ruins of D.C. I got the location from one of the supply caravans. They told me it had extremely high security and something they call a mainframe inside. I'd imagine it's quite dangerous. I'd be careful if I was you.
Okay.
Watch yourself out there. Don't even think of breaking into that.
Looking to make a trade?
Ooh, got a feisty one. Ooh, got a feisty one. Eat it!
we're all still breathing, so I know you did this.
How are those hot little potatoes? Because, they're on the ground, like potatoes, and hot because they, explode. Anyway, what's up?
I got through the minefield alive, as you can see, and I even brought you a present.
My very own landmine! Oh, just what I've always wanted. Well, always since I sent you out on this anyway. Now, tell me all about it. What was it like going through there? What's it like disarming a landmine?
Watch the details and look for broken patterns. That's where the traps are.
That's so true. For all of life, really, but especially the parts involving landmines. I know you may not want to see any more explosives for a while, but obviously you know your way around them. Have a couple rainy day toys of mine. And looking at this landmine, it gives me an idea. It's a terrible device that does terrible things, of course, but it's easy to make your own, too.
The last part about this chapter is radiation, right?
Yes, that's what I need your help on. I know lots about it from books, but I never seem to get a live example. Not for long, anyway. So I need you to get a bit of radiation poisoning so I can study its effects. Oh, not a deadly dose, of course. I can fix you up before that.
Okay, I guess I'll go get you radiated. Just be ready to fix me up when I get back.
Oh, you're a peach. Or at least some sort of hardy fruit that grows in the savagely irradiated mockery of agriculture we have nowadays. Now, 200 rads should be enough for basic sickness. But if you can get 600 or more rads, my test will be even more accurate. Just make sure you can get back here, and I'll see to it that you're well taken care of.
Well, let's talk about this radiation.
Oh, feeling a bit under the weather? Or a bit over the Geiger counter?
You realize how ridiculous this request is? Making somebody go through this?
I realize a lot of things, but this isn't one of them because it's a real scientific necessity and not ridiculous at all. What I mean is, I need this research, and you're probably going to get irradiated out there anyway. So, why not come back here and help me too?
Okay.
Remember, I'll buy whatever you're selling. Oh, Good hunting!
I got my eye on you.
How are you?
Can't complain.
Behold! He is coming with the clouds, and every eye shall be blind with his glory. Every ear shall be stricken deaf to hear the thunder of his voice.
You know, I think I've found a new way to prepare radroach meat. Still tastes like old feet, though. Anyway, what's up with you?
Let's talk about my radiation.
Oh, feeling a bit of...
I'm about as irradiated as I can get without burning a hole in the floor.
I can tell! You're positively glowing! Now, just hold on and try not to move. Tell me how it feels, and I'll get you fixed right up.
If I listen closely, I can hear my genes crying.
So, you're experiencing delusions, too. Fascinating. Now, after taking a few notes, I'll take care of that nasty radiation with a bit of my own homemade concoction. I've never had a chance to test it out on someone so heavily dosed, but I'm sure it'll work out fine. Exciting, isn't it? Okay, a little Brahmin milk, a couple magnets, and maybe a few happy thoughts. Well, you're alive! Oh, that's the good news. But there was a little side effect. A teeny tiny, mutation. But it seems to be benign, at least. Here, take a few radiation chems as my little way of saying, I'm sorry I twisted your DNA like a kitten with a ball of yarn.
Crippled limbs automatically regenerate. Wow.
Correct. And it's looking very smart. Very smart indeed. They'll be dazzled by our intelligence. Here, for your services, I've saved up quite a few stim packs. Of course you may need them. We've still got 2 more chapters to go.
I'm ready for the next chapter.
The second chapter is going to be a bit trickier, I think. It'll cover how to handle creatures out there, for better or worse. For example, repelling mole rats, learning about mirelurks, and when all else fails, how to handle being injured. So let's buckle down and get to work on this chapter. What's first?
Tell me more about repelling mole rats.
Mole rats can burrow into almost anything and cause a lot of trouble. So I figured I'd make a chemical repellent stick for people to shoo them off. But I need it to be tested before I put the recipe to paper in the guide. So I need you to find some mole rats and test it out a bit.
I don't know if handling weird chemicals is safe. What's it worth to you?
Don't worry about the chemicals. I handled them all the time while experimenting, and I'm perfectly fine. Aren't I? How about I let you have the leftover chems I used to make it? Heck, do a thorough job, and maybe I'll let you keep the repellent itself.
Okay, I'll test out the repellent for you.
It'll be easy. 1 tap with the applicator, and it overwhelms their senses with a sort of feel-bad sensation. Then they're gone before you know it. You could test it out on just a few mole ratties, but for real testing, try it on 10 or more. There should be plenty in the tepid sewers downtown.
I've been thinking about the guy. Can I ask you something?
Absolutely. I'll bet you haven't been thinking about the guide as much as I have.
Why do you really want to write this guide?
Well, it'll help humanity rebuild, right? I mean, who doesn't want to help humanity? Besides, it's bound to work out better than some of my other projects. I mean, with you helping and all, how could it go wrong?
Well, it's a big undertaking. You got to make sure to do it right.
Oh, believe me, I know. I've been a bit careless with other projects, but this is important. This means something.
I think you're right. Now let's get back to work on this book.
You got it, super research assistant. Hey, I should get you a costume or something.
Adios.
Remember, I'll buy whatever you're selling.